the French team of ancient artifacts had reached quite deep beneath the ocean floor. They discovered large blocks scattered around, made of stone. Upon observing them, it seemed evident that they were not natural formations, but rather had been deliberately carved into a specific shape. These stones held hidden secrets of history beneath the sea, and soon, the mystery was about to be unveiled. Welcome back to the Viz TV. Ladies and gentlemen, this underwater research was taking place near the coast of Alexandria, a city in Egypt. Alexandria is a historical city established by Alexander the Great after he conquered Egypt in 331 BC. Just as Dubai holds importance today, Alexandria was also very significant 2,350 years ago. It had become a center of international trade and had a grand lighthouse built to draw attention to itself. The height of this lighthouse was more than 100 meters, and it could be seen from miles away by ships at sea. Gradually, this lighthouse became a symbol of pride for Alexandria and a marvel of the ancient world. Along with its significance, it was also important. There were a total of 7 wonders of the ancient world. 2 of them were built by the ancient Egyptians. The first one is the Pyramids of Giza, which still stands in good condition today. The second one is the Lighthouse of Alexandria, also known as the Pharaohs of Alexandria. It was a truly unique thing in that era, built with limestone and granite stones. This lighthouse held a high position in ancient engineering. However, today we don't see this lighthouse on the shores of Alexandria. Evidence of its existence can be found in some historical books, but there are different opinions among historians regarding its actual appearance or how it looked physically. Some say that the lighthouse in Alexandria, known as Pharos, was situated about 50 kilometers away in the sea. It is believed to have been so tall that the falling stone would take 2 days to reach the ground from the top. The conditions were such that the new government slowly weakened, and the famous historical lighthouse of Alexandria, known as the Pharaohs of Lighthouse, was damaged over time due to lack of maintenance. Where it was constructed, the sea had taken hold and eroded its foundations. Then, in 1480, which is nearly 500 years ago, a powerful earthquake scattered it. The lighthouse, which stood proudly for 1700 years, disappeared as if it had never been built. As time passed, the historical significance of the Lighthouse of Alexandria became obscured, and today it stands as a mystery to historians and experts in ancient artifacts. It is believed that it was lost in a part of the sea, which is now the entrance to Alexandria's port. A team of French experts in ancient artifacts has been working hard for the past 30 years to understand it. They have decided to utilize underwater imaging technology by going inside the sea. Their sole purpose was to digitally recreate the original shape and design of the lighthouse, no matter what it takes. Several feet below the surface of the sea, they appeared to be scattered huge blocks of granite. Looking at their size and shape, it seems that this is not a natural shape, but they have been specially cut. Are these blocks really part of the Alexandria lighthouse? This is quite difficult to prove because, as you have already seen, there is a lot of conflict in lighthouse designs throughout history. To find out, an archaeologist decided to use photogrammetry technology. In this process, thousands of millions of images are converted into 3D video with the help of computer graphics. After 28 weeks of hard work and 50,000 photographs, archaeologists had collected enough data to convert it into a 3D model. For the first time in 600 years, the wreckage of the Alexandria lighthouse is being examined with a 3D model. There were 3,000 blocks in this debris, which was spread over an area of about 3 acres. It also included the bases of statues and large pillars. There were also some blocks whose shapes could have helped create the original design of the lighthouse. But this work is not so easy. Connecting these 3,000 blocks is like solving a giant puzzle, albeit with the help of computer graphics. Most of this debris is lying on the beach for some reason. But here's the thing, archaeologists believe that these seem to be the pillars of the door of the lighthouse. When the underwater debris was considered, two such pillars were also visible there. It feels like they are all separate pieces of the same door. When their 3D models were stitched together with the help of computer graphics, they surprisingly fit together perfectly. There was probably a wooden door in the middle of these granite blocks. 600 years ago, the entrance to the destroyed Alexandria Lighthouse looked something like this. It was 41 feet tall and weighed over 200 tons. The lost recognition of the wonders of the ancient world had largely returned. But what the rest of the lighthouse looked like, apart from the door, a team of archaeologists continues to unravel the mystery. They visited the place where the lighthouse used to stand. Here now stands a large building known as Cape Bay Fort. It was built in 1477, just 42 years after the lighthouse fell. Fortunately, an interesting clue was found inside the fort that the design of the mosque in the fort is similar to a lighthouse. There is a good chance that whoever created this image and the mosque designed the same lighthouse as a tribute to the Alexandria Lighthouse. Of course, its size is not that big, but its interior looks like an ancient lighthouse. So did the Alexandria Lighthouse really look like this? To prove this theory, the 3D model was matched with information found in history books. In the year 1325, the famous scholar Ibn Battuta wrote that the thickness of the walls of the lighthouse is 10 spans. In this era, anything was measured by the size of the hand. The length from the thumb to the little finger is called a span. A span of the hand is about 8 inches, so 10 spans make about 6 feet and 7 inches. Surprisingly, when the walls were added to the entrance of the 3D modeled lighthouse, their thickness was exactly 6 feet and 10 inches. 700 years ago, only 3 inches larger than the size reported by Ibn Battuta. Archaeologists now had a major breakthrough. This meant that Ibn Battuta's description of the Alexandria Lighthouse was much more likely to be correct. When the 3D model of the remaining part of the lighthouse was made according to the description written by him, everyone was surprised to see it. It looked just like the Mosque of Cape Bay today. Some of the statues in the Alexandria Museum look like this standing at the entrance to the lighthouse. At 330 feet tall, this lighthouse was once one of the tallest structures in the world. On top of it were iron mirrors that reflected sunlight during the day, while at night, a fire was lit inside to guide ships. 42 years after the lighthouse was destroyed, the builders of Cape Bay, as a tribute, made the design of the mosque similar to the design of the magnificent lighthouse of Alexandria. I hope you will like and share this video.